Hey, John.
Hey, hey, hey! Happy Friday! Wow, hikings. Yeah, I feel tired already. Okay.
There's a lot of hiking stories. A lot of hiking stories today.
Yeah, tonight's gonna be quite a marathon, huh? Quite a
Yeah.
midnight, you think?
Might be close to midnight. I'm thinking 11:45
Okay, let's see. Okay, if we hit 11:45.
because all the confessions are very tight, very short, straight to the point.
That's true.
Um,
That's true.
but also give you a lot of variety. So when we think about songs with regards to hiking, one song really comes to mind.
Oh, which one?
I'll sing it for you. Okay.
Okay, you sing and I see if I can follow.
I'm going in the key of C or G.
Okay, I will go in any other key.
Or maybe F sharp. I don't know.
Sure. Random keys. Let's go.
When I wake up, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who wakes up next to you. When I go out, yeah, I know I'm gonna be the man who goes along with you. If I get drunk, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who gets drunk next to you. And if I ever, hey, I know I'm gonna be the man who's hovering to you. You go.
And I would walk 500 miles, and I would walk 500 more, just to be the man who walked 1,000 miles to fall down at your door. Da 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 da.
Is anyone here? What did you find?
You are listening to Supernatural Confessions. Good Friday evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. We are your hosts. My name is Eugene Tay, the Prince of Paranormal, and with me, my co-host, the bearded man before time, the immortal, the Hantu sympathizer, Jonathan Lin.
I'm trying to be cute. Ta-da! Okay. Hello, everybody. Wasn't that amazing? We should do all duets from now on, okay?
Yeah, we just have to keep Jonathan guessing which key I'm in because I don't even know.
I was just telling Eugene, he said random key. Between the first line and second line, we got two different keys. So, like, I cannot keep up with him. Your level is too high.
Yeah, they all sound alike to me.
That's a blissful place to be, okay? Wow, okay. Tonight's going to be very special because we got so many contributions and contributions in advance some more, right? So that's quite nice. I think this might be a new system that we're going to try out for a while.
Yeah. So the community is very awesome. You guys have been extremely supportive. I think you really don't want us to get out of Supernatural Confessions. You know, I have always said the one day the confessions run out, I will close shop. Curtain call. It's nowhere near close to that now.
Oh, okay. So I must mention, someone already made a prediction tonight. Our station, Adrian Chua, with his very first super chat of the night, says FNL ends at 1 a.m. today.
Why?
Oh, walao eh.
You think it's end of season, is it?
Oh, cannot. That one is special occasion, okay? But if you want to know what super chat is, which is what our station did, right? Sometimes you can see these big blocks, right, highlighted for everybody to see. Those are called super chats, right? Which means that Eugene and I cannot miss them. Because they are very striking. Otherwise, we tend to miss stuff because we're kind of busy reading and scanning and Googling and doing all those other things. So if you have something that you want to say, something you want to ask, make sure you put in a super chat. How much do they have to donate?
Oh, like any amount. The more, the merrier. Of course, it helps us keep this show running. But any amount is a good amount. And even if you have nothing to say, no more questions to ask, and you really entertain, you find it a good laugh, a good way to spend your Friday, and you just want to pop in some money, please do so. We read out your name. So really, click on the super chat. You can put super emoticon, super sticker, super whatever. The big block of color will pop up, and John and I will see it from a mile away.
And where does that happen?
You can see the dollar sign right below at your comment, your chat section there, beside the plus and that emoticon place, that dollar sign. Click on that. That's right.
Yay.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Today we wanted to congratulate who was first, but unfortunately, that information is lost to time. So we only know who was third and who was seventh. Okay. So if anyone knows who was first, please congratulate them on our behalf in the chat. I think your first are coming earlier and earlier, like, not counted lah. Not counted. You come like in the middle of the day. Okay, you can't expect us to do much about it.
I also want to thank Peter Levy for sending in his confession, but more importantly, Julian for very meticulously copying out what Peter Lee has posted and sending it to me on WhatsApp, and Raven been telling Peter send to Eugene. So if any of you are curious as to wonder how you can get to me, you got a confession to share, it's tagged in the comment section up above. You can see it says if you have a confession, you can get in touch with Eugene at +65 9459 4931 or send it through our website at supernaturalconfessions.com.
So what's been happening in the last couple of weeks, just to update anyone who's new, is that we've been urging everyone to share the confessions directly to Eugene rather than type them up in the chat group, one sentence by one sentence, because A, the suspense is unbearable, but B, also Eugene and I miss out on it, right? And then we FOMO, right? That we cannot move on. So please, what we're going to try to do is share the confession fresh, hot from the press inside the episode. So send it direct to Eugene. If you scatter it like that, not much we can do about it.
Yeah.
So yes, please. I see a very personal stalker has super chatted me. Can you read that one?
Hello, everyone. John, I can see you from my house, says Safwan Zainal. And he dropped 6.98. I wonder if that's a clue.
Wow.
69 right there.
Wow, stalking me is only worth 6.98.
Yeah, no, he's hinting to you what he wants to do to you.
Oh dear. Yeah, I am looking forward. Okay.
Wichi Yumeko is the first today.
Oh, yay. Congrats.
First last week also.
Okay, lah. Back to her championship title.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. That's very good.
All right. Speaking of championship title,
Mm.
let me take a deep breath because I'm gonna.
Oh yes, okay.
I'm gonna be
last
reading
week
out.
last week he succeeded, lah. But running out of breath a little bit towards the end.
Today got
so, yeah.
new names in the list.
Oh no. Okay, come. Eugene is going to try to read each section of the Patreons, each level in one breath.
All
Okay?
right.
Let's celebrate that.
Patreons. They are
Yay.
Supernatural Confessions Patreons. Very, very important people. They make this show possible. They make Supernatural Confessions go on and on and on. And for that, they are rewarded with different tiers. You can join us as well if you like to at patreon.com Supernatural Confessions. But for now, let me read out these very important names from sentient entities. Elaine Chua, Tunku Alsatian, Mko Grim, ZP Med, Queen Lai, Lim Teck Chuan, Elvin Sensei, VL, Casey Chan, Alexa O, Janice Ang, Jacqueline N, Yong Kwan Yu, Han J, Jerwin, Tato Easy, Starving Jack, Hot Water Bottle, Sharon Ng, Eric, Lin Si Swan, Edwin Lee. Haha, with breath still left for change.
Okay, good.
Wandering Spirit. Joel Go, Deborah Confield, Chia Keng To, Lina Hayden, LEX, Jess Neo, Cherryfish, Bibit Teo, Teh Hak Wee, 2 Cents, Elvin Lim, Kenny Polaris, Jayanti, TTB, Jujube, ZP, Devin Days, Gary Fu, Isaac Lam, Martin Falani, Don Sia, Ed A, Yao Xiu J, Karina, Yani, Gaiva Chiang, Shi Kai Chong, Shahira, Shahajan, Shahafuan, Zainal. Restless Souls. Sucheto, Grace Chai, Candy Chia, Ron K, Jack Ong, Nicholas Boa, Buck, Serin Tan, Rachel White, Kelvin C, Lechmi, Julian Teo, David Gilnevitz, Kabilan, Koshka, Derek Lim, Khan. So Khan and Safwan Zainal, new names in the list today.
Yay. Not bad. Okay, I think we are taking him closer and closer to the limit each time. Okay, so if you have a few more patrons coming in, that's it already. That's the end of Eugene. So please, let's make that happen.
Right. Woo. Okay. Oh, Raven just popped in. Back
Hello.
on time, I guess.
Yay.
Thank you so much. I think this is Raven's 10th super chat.
Wow. Okay. Okay, I'm getting slightly disturbed now. Everyone's like really talking about my stalker now. Okay. They're asking me to wave at him. Okay, I don't know which direction to wave in, but okay, wave.
Do you have a window on your right side, right?
Oh, you mean he's not in my house? Okay, I'm disappointed, Safwan. I thought by now you'd be like just outside my bedroom door. Okay, if you're outside the house, then chair.
If you're outside the bedroom door, you're gonna wait, Safwan, for me to either read out a confession or at the end of the show.
No, because he's getting the live show. You see? He gets to see me below the waist.
Audience of one.
Okay.
So if you're on the bouncy castle in your bed that's moving, I know why lah.
Safwan, stop it.
Okay.
Usually I will lift my kitty cat to join in the chat, right? Maybe today I'll like lift Safwan's here.
Ayo, kasihan ni.
No, wait. I wanted to say
what?
for today's episode, it's a bit special because sometimes when we do a new topic that we haven't done before, it attracts people who are sort of interested in that topic, not necessarily Supernatural Confessions fans, right? For example, Bruns898 was sharing, my dad is tuning in tonight because he loves hiking stories.
I know Khan and Mary is tuning us from a big screen in their room.
Wow. Big screen. How good do I look in big screens?
Right.
Wait, that's Khan and his mom, right?
Yeah, Khan and his mom, Mary.
Who both feature in the confession.
Correct,
right?
today.
Okay, later we will meet them. So exciting. Okay. Wow.
So we got lots of confessions to go tonight. Let us start with our very first one. So let's talk about the topic, hiking. Back during the COVID-19 era, hiking used to be very, very popular because the only time you get to go out of the house without wearing a mask is if you are working out. So hiking was considered working out. So people would, all the aunties, the PCN walkers would go for their hiking. And back then, there are places like Rail Corridor, Labrador Parks, all the various parks. And because there was no one cutting the grass and all that, so a lot of these places just look very, very deserted.
Super grass.
No traffic, nothing, right? And I think that's where a lot of these stories are coming from tonight.
Yes, I think so. So I think many of you will recognize some of the classic hiking spots, and maybe some of you go there regularly. But after tonight, you have to think twice already. And we have one overseas one, which is also very interesting. So yeah, not bad, not bad. Got international stories tonight.
Okay, so shall I? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, John, why don't you go first with the real corridor?
Ken, I will start. Okay. Wow, I like this one. Okay.
Already.
I have not hiked at the real corridor, but everyone tells me it's an amazing place because it's got so many sort of changing landscapes and all that, and then it's got a little bit of the antique feel because of the railway itself, So okay, next on my list. But then again, after this encounter, I don't know. Man. Okay.
Okay, this one is Real Corridor Encounter Confessions by Luke. Take it away.
Real Corridor Encounter Confession by Luke. I went with a group of hikers for an overnight walk through the rail corridor. Somewhere around the dairy farm area, I spotted a shadowy figure trailing us. At first, I brushed it off as just a trick of the eye and ignored it. But it became increasingly clear that I wasn't the only one who saw or felt it. I saw other participants turning around and glancing at our rear. Then someone with a big mouth had to say, "Hey, did you all notice we are being followed?" In my heart, I was going, "Walao, your mother never teach you, ah." The shadow figure, which was previously just walking along the side of the path, keeping pace with us, now stepped out onto the main path and stood there. From my estimate, it was probably more than 2 meters tall and impossibly thin. So that's how I knew it wasn't human. I can best describe it as someone that looked like he's been stretched vertically. Then our hike leader still can heroically ask, "Hello, can we help you?" But there was no reply. That shadow figure just stood there in the darkness, watching us in silence. Some of us were already walking far away at that point, but some stood to watch. I was with the former batch, so I didn't know what happened next. A few minutes later, I heard a scream from the rear, and I saw the hikers running. So we all ran until we came to a spot that was better lit, and then we all congregated to catch our breath. According to the stories told by those who had stayed back, they tried to talk to it, and when it wouldn't answer, someone decided it was a good idea to shine a torch light at the thing. The beam of light went through the shadow, and the thing just calmly walked off the path and into the foliage out of sight. Then, the foliage on the side began to rustle violently as if something or someone was running through it. The rest of what happened next, you can guess lah. Fortunately, the rest of the walk was uneventful. I'm amazed that they carried on walking. What do you mean by the rest of the walk? Everyone call Grab and go home. They're like, "Oh, okay, ghost is gone. Let's carry on moving."
Sometimes it's scarier listening to the confessions third hand. Like when you are there and you see this and then you all run, there's this group mentality where you see light. It's very easy to forget. The brain wants to forget what just happened.
That's true. That's true. So instead of fight or flight, is carry on.
Ignore.
Ignore. That's true. He doesn't say how large the group is, but it sounds like there's quite a lot of people lah. So that probably also made it feel safer, right? I mean, people were like us talking to it, confronting it, shining torchlights at it. I guess there was a lot of guts in that group.
Because I have been in situations before where we saw shadows or I mean really scary stuff, not
right.
But we still carry on. We went for lunch. We'll life goes on, you know what I mean? I mean, it's still frightening. Actually, it's more frightening when you start thinking back about it later on.
That's true.
On that day itself, right when it happens, you just, wow, scary, but then life goes on.
But this is also why when we do like expeditions and stuff, you cannot bring too many people because then you don't react in the most interesting way, right? Yeah, you end up sort of underplaying the horror, right? Rather than sort of really, really, if you want to get shocked, you must get scared.
Yeah.
Right, so too many people kind of spoils the fun.
I can also imagine how it'd be like, right? And I've also been in situations where I talk to you about Changi times where we all run away in a group. So you see something scary, you all run away as a group. Later on, when you stop, right, you will laugh. The natural reaction to ease that tension and stress is to laugh at it.
Correct. Because I think in a way you've sort of shared that tension, right? So the amount that you each hold is actually very little, so you don't feel that threatened, right? But if you see it in a small group or alone, that's different. So some of the hiking incidents that we have tonight are alone or in a small 2-3 person group. So that's a little bit scary. This one is more, it's more like tourism, hantu tourism. Okay? Everyone just stop and stare at the black figure. Okay, let's talk about this black figure for a moment. Oh, wait.
Let's thank Alsatian Adrian Chua. He dropped the $2. It says, Walk with Hantu Rail Corridor Edition.
Oh, interesting idea.
We have Serene Tan who dropped $10 who says, hello to our gorgeous host, and she retracted.
A chair.
Why? What happened to gorgeous host? Why retracted?
Oh no. So what is? Oh no. Okay. I'm very sad now. Okay. We've been rejected. Hey, does Real Corridor go past Dairy Farm?
Yeah.
Okay.
Rifle Range Road, Dairy Farm, all the way up.
Oh, okay. This is before it crosses the
Alexandra Hotel,
right?
Hospital. Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Okay. I want to go. I must go. Okay. Yeah, I'm just looking at I'm looking through the chats to see. Yeah. Okay, but before that, let's speculate a little bit about the black figure. Any thoughts what it is?
Someone said it was the Slender Man. Some people said it's the Hantu Gala, Hantu Tinggi. I think Hantu Tinggi, Hantu Gala is way taller than 2 meters. Based on the descriptions.
2 meters is just 2 meters is not even Slender Man. Right? 2 meters is like just a little bit taller than me, for example, right? Like 30 cm taller than me, right? Cannot lah. Slender Man has to be like at least 3-4 meters.
Wow, that's 3 meters is very tall already. Yeah, this one is
has
more
to be
like a tall, skinny basketball player. I imagine that.
Yeah, and Hantu Tinggi is definitely like tall tree kind of height, right? So cannot be lah. The fact that you could see the whole figure in one look without tilting your head up, I think that means he's a very short Hantu Tinggi. But what is it then? Are we obsessing too much on the sort of stretched look? Is it just is it a thing of great height, right? Which is what we are straight away going for, right? Like Slender Man and Hantu Gala, or is it just a normal height for a spirit?
The thing when we did last year, Bukit Timah Dairy Farm Confession, we had remember some of the Lehe Panjang, remember?
Ayo, that one
right?
Different. That one is so
that
scary.
Area is known for your rather otherworldly kind of hantu. This is what I'm trying to get at.
That's true.
This could be as something that is along that vein and may not be something that we have already in the pantheon ready to this is the
Yeah. So a less commonplace ghost. It's quite possible that I think it's one of those I won't say nature related, but definitely likes to live in nature. Right. So because of the Rail Corridor and possibly because of the kinds of places that we are all talking about tonight, right? The hiking kind of places, we are encountering a less modern, less urban kind of ghost, right? Something from a long time ago from the jungles, right? Something that you would have seen if you lived in the kampong last time. Not so much if you live in modern Singapore, right? Yeah, so quite possible.
I'm laughing because I saw this comment.
What?
Hantu Gala pendek. So poor thing.
Maybe it's like anak Hantu Gala.
Maybe Groot.
Yeah, maybe, right. Hantu Gala has to start somewhere, right?
Oh my goodness.
Oh no, okay. We are now Hantu shaming. Okay? Laughing at the too short one. Okay. Wholesome Bread shared that he super chat was at forest near Nanyang Polytechnic. Felt dizzy. Oh, okay. Wow. Okay. Why were you there and why did you feel dizzy? Were you just passing by and then the dizziness sort of caught you, or what was it, right? Or was it because you were from Nanyang Poly and every time you pass by you feel dizzy from the memories? So and there's another chat that I missed.
Pro Asia 19, our Gen Z fans in the house. Hello, we are back. Holy Lao like C Joe.
Oh no, Holy Lao likes C Joe.
Okay.
Ooh.
one more. So I think I think just as we wholesome bread also. Oh yeah, wholesome bread.
I read that. Yeah, Serene Tan. Not too sure what's happening earlier. Thought the money already gone through. Happy weekend to both gorgeous hosts. Yay, we are reinstated.
Gorgeous.
Our gorgeousness is affirmed. So cute.
Okay, so this creature, right, is nature bound because it went into the forest and then at first he was following them, almost like curious.
It was like walking alongside, right? Walking alongside. Yeah.
Then
they stepped out because someone
no,
acknowledged it.
Because someone did the very wrong move of acknowledging it. Hey, you all see that?
So for those who don't know or those whose grandparents did not teach you, Eugene, you want to tell them your grandmother's advice?
So my grandmother, actually a lot of John's grandmother also say the same thing.
Yes.
At night when you smell anything, you hear anything, you see anything, you keep quiet, you tiam. You don't go acknowledge. Hey, what's that smell, huh? Hey, do you all see that shadow, huh? Hey, do you all hear that moan? No. Okay, cannot. Those of us who are aware of such things, and when we hear our friend go, hey, do you? While we want to sepak the fella, you shut up, can you know?
Because the logic is, if that thing is testing the waters, trying to see whether, shall I haunt this group of people, the one thing that is a deal maker is confirmation that this group can see it. Right, so if you know that they can see, of course you will haunt lah, right? You will have your bit of fun, right? But if you can act blur it long enough for the thing to get bored, it might just leave you alone and haunt someone else. So don't make yourself the victim, right? Yeah, so don't say we never teach you, okay? Cartoon. So okay,
I like the comment. Hey, your mother never teach you.
Yeah lah, we are making up for gaps in our social education. Okay, but I think I want to know what you think it was trying to do when it stepped out. So was it menacing them?
I think
right
because it got caught, so it
like,
felt no longer a need to hide. So it stepped out, and then. He wasn't attacking. There was no evidence of him trying to scare them. He could have run towards them. He did not. And they were like, hello, can we help you? Then he's like, hey, you bodo not. I cannot talk, no. I ghost, I cannot talk.
No, but then they shine the torchlight. And then he walked away.
Yeah, they casually walk away because like, wow, you act of aggression already,
I'm kind of now that we've gotten this sort of anak hantu gala sort of idea in our heads, I'm thinking whether like it's a junior hantu, right? Like practicing their stalking and haunting skills, right? So the mother told him, you stalk beside, see how long you can follow them without being spotted. Then he kena spotted, then he like, then he like paiseh, right? Then like, I'm here, right? And then when they start asking further, like, okay, never mind, forget it. And then he ran away because he realized I got nothing to show them. It's like, I don't want anything, I just practicing only. So he's like embarrassed.
Hantu in training, kena caught.
Hantu in training, HIT. Kena caught and kena scolded by the mother. It's like, you malu lah, you. Because was he trying to block them? Not really.
No, he's from behind.
He was easily chased away also.
Yeah.
Right? The fact that he gave up as soon as someone shone a torch at him suggests that he had no intention in stepping out either. He had nothing to say to them. He had nothing to ask from them. So like, okay, never mind, pretend you didn't see me.
I'm going out on a limb here, right, John? Just out on a limb here. Right?
Yeah.
The rustling in the bushes was not the hantu. It could have just been a random rat.
Right.
The bush rustle, one person scream and ran, everyone ran.
I think it's the mother pulling the hantu's ear and going, you come here, you don't embarrass me in front of people. Gonna smack in the bushes.
Yeah. Possibly. So this one, safe. So we can definitely run a walking tour in the real corridor.
I feel that, I mean, even from the tone of the confession, I think everyone felt kind of quite safe lah.
Yeah.
Right? Everyone felt quite safe. Not us. That's why we started with this one. Because I think it puts us to a good place. Oh, when in London. Ooh. Yay. Hello for your £10. I'll read the statement and then later you can introduce everyone to When in London. Okay. So When in London says milkshake fund for my favorite duo. and for making my Friday. Love John's brainy observations and that sexy bubble beanie. Ooh,
Sizzling
think about
hot.
it. Wow. Okay. I love hiking. Let's see if I still do after today.
Challenge accepted.
Wow. Okay. Come tell everyone who When in London is.
When in London, she's a mysterious person, born in Singapore, went over to London, and there's rumors that she's part of MI6. No one knows how she looks like, but people love her voice. And if you want to find out more about how When in London sounds like, hey, tune into our Spotify on Supernatural Confessions, our brand new show called The Other Side, and that's narrated research written by When. Yeah, so one day maybe we'll see who she looks like. It's on Monday.
Yeah.
So these are the stories that we talk about. We talk about real stories that inspired the movies and the books. So movies like Exorcist, Poltergeist, even Dracula. I think in one of the later episodes we will be covering such topics. What are the origin stories behind these hauntings? Tune in to The Other Side to find out with Wen and myself.
Yeah. Okay, another contribution from Holy Lal saying Zay wants to go cemetery with Grace.
Okay, I allow. Can.
I have a funny feeling that this is going to become like some classroom graffiti message board. It's like, who so and so likes so and so. Someone wants to go cemetery with Grace. Oh, someone sucked someone's toe. I don't know. Okay, whatever.
I mean, if you guys are putting super chat money into that, we will read it out.
Okay, Paris just shared, I walked the South Corridor at night a few times. Heard Pontianak laughing. Oh,
Wow, sialah.
that's quite interesting. Was she laughing at you? Because that's quite embarrassing. Can you imagine an insecure person being haunted by Pontianak? Why is she laughing at me?
Insecure person walking down real corridor. You hear, instead of feeling scared, you go like, so dejected. They hate
So
me.
sad. Kena bullied, not kena haunted.
Yeah, man.
Wow. Okay. Anyone else who has been in the real corridor, please let us know if you experienced anything. Frankie is saying rustling in the bushes are two randy couple doing a cookie, or two couple. That means 4 people. Wow, your level of cookie is very very interesting, Frankie.
Okay.
Wow. Okay, monitor lizard. Yes, quite possible. David Chang is. Everyone ran, so did the scared monitor lizard.
Possible. That's why I say it's probably not the shadow thing, because it doesn't seem physical, right?
Yeah, correct.
So
if it could stalk you without rustling the grass and rustling the vegetation, then why should it suddenly rustle the vegetation, right? PPP. Okay, thank you. PPP is saying, have you heard of don't whistle when you are walking? Where they go? Oh no, the chat vanished. Have you heard of don't whistle when you are walking at night or something like that?
Yeah.
Yes. Tell us, have you heard of this? Has your grandma covered this one?
Yes, don't whistle at night, not just walking. Don't whistle
anywhere,
at night.
right?
Yes.
Anywhere. Yeah. So I was told that if you whistle at night, they will join you. Like let's do a sing along.
There's like a duet thing, right? I heard that too. Yeah.
Yeah. So that really worked on me because I was so freaky that it was so scared me so much that I never learned to whistle. So now I'm safe. Oh,
That's why John and I cannot cover Wind of Change.
it's okay lah. When do you whistle in many keys as well?
I cannot.
Okay. But also my grandma said cannot sing at night also.
Sing
Same
can
thing.
lah.
It's an invitation. Okay lah. I don't know where this was in the days before karaoke lah.
Wow, you
So
know
I
my
don't know.
neighbors are that habis lah. His house opposite my block. Every time they long su xia. Hantu
Some more
Central.
you sing old song, which means the ghost will know the song, then they will join you. You sing Dua Lipa or that, the ghost don't want to join you. But you sing Long Shu Xia, they will come.
You want your microphone to fly across the room, you sing new song. Hantu angry. You make so much noise. You sing the old song, then the hantu clap along for them. Anyway, I want to read out the next one. This one is
Wow.
out of Singapore.
Interesting, this one. Okay, come. You read. What's the background?
Background is this one happened many years ago, but because we talked about hiking story, the confessor reached out to me. I don't think she's Singaporean. It's probably Aussie from the number, WhatsApp number.
Okay.
So this one is called Where Did I Go? Confession by Seaport. Quite interesting. I like this one.
Okay.
My first and only paranormal encounter took place in July 2002 when I went for a hiking expedition with my army buddies to Kokoda Track in Papua New Guinea. I was going to get married the following year, so this was somewhat like my bachelor's party. One last hurrah before we all had to start adulting in life with work and whatnot. The first day was easy breezy, mainly administration and preparation for the 7+ days treks ahead. On the night of the second day, we set up camp at Alola village and enjoyed the spectacular view from our campsite. As we sat around the campfire, I think I must have drifted off to sleep because there's a missing link in my recollection between the time I was chatting with my friends and the time I was walking around isolated in the forest. In my dream version, the forest was eerily silent. None of the usual chorus of insects, just an eerie, constant ringing tone. I saw a faint glow in the distance through the trees, and out of curiosity, I followed the glow into a dense and dark part of the forest. And as I got closer, I saw a wispy apparition of a young girl. There were enough details to see her simple but tattered what was once a white dress and her long flowing hair. When I approached, she turned around. She seemed lost and vulnerable. Her eyes were filled with sadness and confusion. She was as surprised to see me as I was of her. She was a child, and by my guesstimate, maybe about 8 or 9 years old. The child ghost tried to speak, but no words came out. Yet somehow, I knew what she was trying to say. She told me she had been living in a village nearby during the war. When a fight broke out, she was separated from her family and wandered into the jungle, but never managed to find her way back. She was alone and scared, and she's trying to find her way back home. She then reached out and touched my hand, and a vision flooded my mind. I saw a small village, bustling with life, children playing, and families going about their daily activities. Then the vision shifted to scenes of chaos and terror as the village was caught in the crossfire of a fierce battle. I was so overwhelmed by this sudden movie trailer in my head that I snapped back to my senses. The vision faded, and I was back in the dark jungle, a short distance from my campsite. Like I said, there was a missing link in my memory. I had no idea how I got out of my seat, when I got out of my seat, and what I'm doing here. Apparently, the time in between hadn't been very long. According to my friends, they saw me walk off towards the trees and assumed that I needed to pee or take a dump. I told my group what I had experienced, but their reply was that it must be just my fatigue talking. The vision, however, was very disturbing, so I asked our tour guide if there was a village nearby, and he confirmed that there was. The Isurava battleground was once a thriving village, but now it's overgrown and completely hidden by vines and dense foliage. It was the site of a fierce battle in August 1942 between the Japanese and the Australian soldiers. The village, which had been home to a small tight-knit community, was devastated by the conflict. Many villagers fled, while others were caught in the crossfire and perished. In fact, the entire creek and ridge line we will be crossing over the next few days were also dotted with World War II battle sites. Remnants of the war can still be seen in some parts. My guide said that if I wanted to hear more war stories, I could speak to one of the last remaining Papuan carriers during one of the pit stops if he happened to be around. If anyone would know the significance of my vision, it would be him. As we retired for the night, I prepared myself for the dream sequence once again. The first time she had given me the visions, it spooked me out because I wasn't ready. But this time, I had a list of questions for her. But unfortunately, the girl never came back.
Wow. Okay. I must say that this confessor is a good SC member. He did exactly what we always urge confessors to do, which is prepare a list of questions for the hantu.
But he's shocked. First time, not prepared.
Yeah, first time. Okay, understandable. First time, understandable, right? But at least he sort of recovered and planned ahead. Okay, so yeah, wasted. Wow. Okay.
Why I say I find this interesting is let's take a look. Let's dissect this confession. Right? Confessor said first and only experience in his entire life. So no third eye, no sensitivity. This was not your regular SC member that can feel things, see things, right? He has no experience. And for him to have no experience encountering this, he did not brush it off. And I can respect that. Usually people who are skeptical or blessed with no third eye, they had any of this kind of event, they would just say, I'm tired, I'm exhausted, it was a dream. But I think he must have gone through all that thought process already. And by the time he sat down, and we have probably 2 decades to think about, right? I'm sure he has felt that he tried to explain it in every way possible. He cannot, and therefore he's going with, this is a paranormal event.
I mean, it is a vision that is pretty hard to explain away, because first of all, the experience begins with him being transported. Right, so that's already like hard to deny, and then after that, he describes the girl as sort of wispy, right? So she's clearly, she's not a shadow, she's not a trick of the eye, she's literally, I don't know, translucent or something, right? So in a way, it's so classic that it's a ghost that how could you say, oh, she's just a bit, see-through. I mean, there's no explanation for someone being see-through. But I think what is very surprising is for someone who, like you pointed out, has no sort of affinity for this kind of thing, that he was so open to sort of seeing her, and when she touched his hand, he could receive the messages, right? Every time that kind of thing happens in a story or in a movie, I always think, if someone touched my hand and tried to send me messages, would it get blocked? Am I so dense that I'll be like, what? Are you trying to show me something? Touch harder, touch somewhere else. Try the other hand. It's like my USB port not working. So it always seems to work in these situations, but I wonder if it will fail with me. But I feel that there must have been some sort of channel open between him and the entity. Right. So he must be a person of great sensitivity. Maybe being in a new place, being in an unusual situation also made him a little bit more open. I mean, it could be a combination of factors lah. You're on an adventure, right? So you're sort of you unlock all your restrictions. Somehow you're on your bachelor's I don't know, a bachelor's hike, whatever that is. Right? So you're really sort of out there to try things, right? To take risks. So I think a lot of things have honed that person's sensitivity for that moment. If you caught him on an average Wednesday night, maybe nothing. But this is a very special occasion in a very strange place. And it's his first night as well. So he hasn't had time to acclimatize. So you caught him sort of off guard, right? So I think that explains his sudden sensitivity, right? And then maybe the second night, it's not that she didn't come back, it's that his eye closed again. And maybe his intention to sort of, I want to ask her questions. I'm starting to rationalize this encounter, right? It's something like, it's become something that I can interview now, and that made you blind to it already. You tried to grasp too hard with your rational mind, and therefore it slipped away, right? It is a sort of wispy kind of thing, right? You cannot think too hard on it, otherwise it's gone.
Agreed. Sorry, I just want to thank Wholesome Bread before he gets too far up. He or she's asking for top 5 haunted parks, nature parks in Singapore. I think we should talk about that after this confession. Okay, so hold on in there, Bread. We will cover that in a bit. Okay, so back to this confession. I think right, when we all talk about how the human mind sees a spirit world, or in this case, he wasn't seeing a spirit world. It's almost like he tapped onto the frequency of that dimension. And if we read this terrain as a war-torn area with its psychic imprint in the land, it's almost as if, what's his name? Seaport, right?
Seaport, yeah.
Seaport was sitting there on the chair, looking at the stars, hearing the fire crackle, just relaxing. And probably for the first time, he's not working, his mind is not in work mode, not adulting, like what he said.
Yeah, not adulting.
He picked up that same frequency at that perfect timing. And he started to see that vision. So you're right, when the next day, when he tries to putting effort to connect
Yeah.
off frequency.
Correct. I think the tuner was no longer sensitive already.
Now you're so aware. You got to be in your
Yeah.
subconscious state. Then can.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, the fact that he couldn't even explain how he got into that state. Well, so it could have been, many stages of slipping away from consciousness and rationality before he finally arrived in this vision, right? He basically just blanked out, so he cannot repeat that journey, lah.
Yeah.
Right? It's not a press a button and enter this world. I'm wondering also whether, so you speak of it as if he had slipped dimensions, right? But some other people might say, oh, he just slipped time, because she was in the forest where she got lost. A dark forest, right? With no features that she could recognize. Otherwise, she could probably try to find her way home, right? But she got lost there, right? So is it her dimension she's trapped in, or is she literally in the same spot in 1942?
No, I don't think it's a time thing, because if it was a time thing, 1942, and he was there, he would have seen perhaps the war going on. He would have been brought to that time. But sounds like...
Okay, but you're assuming that there was a lot going on, right? But if there was a lot going on, then she would have things that she could follow. If there was fires and if there were gunshots and all that, she would know where her village was. It's simply because she ran away and then the fighting stopped. And then now she's like absolute darkness, absolute silence. She, I'm sure that she tried very hard to get out of the jungle. So she must have been really, sort of far away with no landmarks, no sounds that she could follow. If she could hear Japanese soldiers shouting, she can at least either go towards them to know that there are people there. She was truly, truly stranded.
Question, is she dead? Is she a spirit? Or did she, as she was running through the forest, I'm talking about Asian culture and folklore here, right? Young girl some more, virgin, you stumbled into a Bunyan place. You were lost, and she's really out of timeline, out of alternate plane, multiverse, if you want to call it. Or did she die and the spirit gets stuck in this place, cannot escape because she doesn't know that she's dead?
I'm inclined to say the latter, right? That she did die of malnutrition, or she fell and hurt herself, or something happened, right? And then but she was so frantic that her spirit does not realize that she doesn't have to worry anymore. Yeah. Right, and she's still trying to find her way out.
Running for eternity, lah. That's the curse of being a spirit, because there's no time for you. You just damned to do the same thing over and over and over again.
Yeah, and because as a child, I'm more inclined to say that she's not aware of that, right? Because
so
sad. It's very common that child spirits are spirits because they don't know the difference, right? They never figured out life and death and human and ghost, right? So as long as they are in the forest, they think they're still alive, But what she really is in an eternal forest, right? That's out of time, out of place.
That's very sad. No, that's very sad.
It is sad. Yeah, it is sad. But what do you think that she was sort of reaching out to him for? Did she think that he could have helped her? Or was she just, reacting to any human face?
I think she's just reacting. It was not... I think she was he said, I was surprised as she was.
Yeah.
So it's not as if she called him and lured him there. It's like, oh, another fellow human or a fellow... I've been walking through this forest for God knows how long and there's nobody, and now I see somebody there. I'm running towards the guy. And so when she touched him, that was like a whole Sadako moment in the ring. When the girl ran and hold his hand and he gets the vision, right? I don't think that was her trying to convey, but it was her top of mind memories. And when she touched him, they connected.
Yeah. The vision ended with, his flashback, or rather her flashback, seen through his eyes, right, sort of ended suddenly, because when he sort of came back to his senses, she was gone, he was no longer there, right, and he was sort of near his campsite, right, and that leads me to wonder whether she has successfully possessed him and now she's with him always.
Wow, inside him.
She's sitting on his shoulders. Has your back been aching since you come back from that trip?
No. He said no experience there, no experience now.
Hard to say. Like there's a little girl holding your hand still. Okay, don't want to creep you up. Okay, but this is it's a powerful story. I think it sort of I mean, it's got great cinematic potential, right? Because it really sort of travels across worlds and across time, and But at the same time, I think it points to something quite sad, lah, right? Which is sometimes kids get lost, right? Kids get lost, not just in war-torn situations, but just a normal, sort of grief and sadness and anger and all that, and suddenly they just are not aware what has happened to them,
Wow, shit! The stories like this makes me want to go over to that trail now and start looking for her. No,
Oh, dear.
I really have this soft spot for lost spirits and spirits who are not evil, who are just, I don't even know I'm dead. I just show them light. Yeah.
Oh, you're speaking like a hantu sympathizer yourself. Maybe it's infectious. Yay. Thank you, Gabby, in the first super chat. Belanja kopi. Thank you very much. I don't have kopi, but I have yogurt. Oh,
Was
want
it
to tell
somebody-
everyone what these are?
These are little patches that David Liu have designed for us. Kara's creator and Hantu ally. He's done a few more, and I think hold on in there because David's artwork is really iconic. He has worked on a lot of different children's books in Singapore, so he's not an unknown person. He's been in the industry very, very long, and I think he wants to create a series of cute stuff for us. Alsatian Agent Chua also asking, Hantu want him to tell their story, he said.
Who?
Alsatian.
Yeah. I mean, there is a lot of even from the oldest folk tales, right? The sense that the one thing that the dead want is their story to be told. And sometimes the haunting is really nothing more than just pass this on, please. Right?
And I think once their story, see, this story just really opens up, right? Like how we talk about gods only exist when people remember them. So when their story gets told or their death gets revealed, then they can move on.
I mean, that's what the sort of
John?
they want. I don't know if in a sort of paralogic sense, right? If we were sort of pin it down and go, how does your story being told change the cosmological rules that it frees your spirit? I'm not sure how that works, right? It certainly would bring you some relief, lah. Right? It's like I mean, the more basic version of this idea is the idea that of the ghost wanting you to know where it's buried.
Yeah.
Right. And once you find their grave and give them a proper burial, they are freed. Right. But for that, I can sort of believe it more readily because the idea of the soul being sort of frustrated and sort of trapped because it did not have its burial, right? Which is a very important rite, right? For at least the older cultures. Nowadays, I don't think anyone cares. But last time, right? It mattered a lot, right? And so you would imagine that would be something that would be considered extremely unfinished business.
Yeah, unfinished
right?
business. Yeah.
Correct. But the idea that, no one knows my tale, I don't know how much of an unfinished business that is.
I mean, for her, she wants to find a family. I think it's about a reconnecting. Or at least to let the family know she's dead. Yeah,
I would buy it more if either A, she wanted her body found because she died in the forest, or B, she wanted word to get back to her family. Totally, right? But if it's just know my history, I'm like,
yes, so attention seeking, right? You just want to know your story, only. Yeah.
It's okay. It's the war. Everyone knows about it.
Yeah, you're not special. Any special because you're an 8-year-old girl.
Okay, but let's not mock the dead.
Okay, so
okay, what do you guys think? Right? Do you feel that what do you think she wanted to tell? Right? What do you think she wanted to convey? And what more could anyone have done for her? If Eugene were to go to the trail, what should Eugene do?
Find her body. Lead me to your body. I will find your bones and then bring back to the village.
But the village gone already.
No, I did a bit of research after I read this convention. There is the memorial stone. The village is gone.
Right.
But there's memorial stones there. So
okay. So
their names on the memorial stones.
Okay, so you have to scratch her name into the stone.
Okay, we'll do that.
Okay, that's your to-do list, okay?
So 5 haunted parks in Singapore. What's my take? John, you have your own 5 haunted parks?
No, I don't. I can't even name 5 parks. I don't think I can.
Okay, I'm going to
Okay,
go with
you tell yours and then I'll tell you which ones
number
I
1,
recognize.
Pasir Ris
Yes.
Park. Haunted.
Not the whole park though.
Okay, so specifically the haunted part would be between the Sungai Api drain and the bird watch tower, which is also known as a suicide tower, and the mangrove
So is
area.
that the mangrove walkway area,
Correct.
right?
That is
Yes.
the Keras part of Pasir Ris Park. Second on my list to go head to head with Pasir Ris Park, might even be the first in my list, is Sembawang Park, but specifically Sembawang Park towards the Wak Hassan side. Even those who are staying in Wak Hassan Drive, residents or the people living there, and I know 2 families at least in that row, said that place is Keras. Their basement is Keras. Wak Hassan side on the right side, Keras. So, but the good thing is,
Sembawang, I agree. Sembawang, I agree.
But the good thing is, why Sembawang got number 2 and not number 1 is that portion of Sembawang Park, you don't have to go. If you go there, you're looking for trouble. So it's not as if you stumble into haunting, right?
Okay, like remember I told you my experiences with Sembawang Park when we did a show there, right? But I think that was also us causing trouble because we did a show about Pontianak. So I think we drew her attention. You know, I don't know whether people who are like just innocently jogging in the park and all that ever get harassed by her, you know, but she definitely was very present when we were there. Yeah, but I think that's because she liked the show about her. Yeah, okay, so that's number 2. Okay, number 3.
Number 3, Bedok Reservoir Park. Why again it got higher up the list? Because all these are public places where you can stumble upon unknowingly and get yourself into trouble. Those who know about the dark history of Bedok Reservoir Park will know that at least reported 6 deaths in 3 years. There's a hill with an old kampong that people have said don't go up there, and that hill still exists with the trees that are still from its old kampong time. And the confessions that has came in, remember John, remember this one where the girl was jogging and then the hand came out to scratch her back?
Yes, correct. And then the scratches were there, and yet the scratches went through her clothes even, right? Because the clothes were not scratched. And she was listening to Supernatural Confessions when it happened.
Yes.
So she was asking for trouble as well.
Yeah. And the battery went flat, right? The phone, she cannot even call out.
Wow.
So
that was early last season, right? Go find it if you can. I cannot remember which episode it was, but it's one of the most Keras ones. And we have actually referenced it quite a few times. Yeah. So
it sticks in the mind.
Yeah, it does. Okay, so that's number 3.
Number 4.
No, that's number 4. That's number 4. Bedok. Okay, so last one.
Number 3. That's number 3. Pasir Ris, Sembawang, Bedok.
Huh?
Pasir Ris, Sembawang, Bedok.
Your first was not Pasir Ris, what?
Pasir Ris? That was my
Your
first.
third was Pasir Ris. Correct or not?
First on the list is Pasir Ris. Second, Sembawang. Third, Bedok. What do you hear?
Really?
Then what do you hear?
I thought Pasir Ris was after after Bedok. Eh? Oh no! Was it you talking or was it someone else?
Oh, you blur. No, it's Pasir Ris,
Okay.
Sembawang, Bedok. Now the
Okay.
4th one, Labrador.
Okay, Labrador,
Park.
yes.
Labrador
Totally
Park
right.
have a stretch of area where the lights just cannot turn on, and no matter what the authorities tell you, like we're trying to save energy and all that bullshit, it just cannot be turned on because the bulbs keep blowing out.
Yes.
And there are areas of Labrador Park. For some reason, Labrador Park is not war-torn area. There's no Japanese occupation killing there, no beheading whatsoever. But yet, there are nature entities there and spotted a lot by eyewitness. Myself included, when I went there, the toilet door slammed. This was early years, this was my early 20s.
You know that the toilet is gone? You know that whole public toilet area, right? Which is in the middle of that area that cannot be lit, right? By the left side of the path, right? The whole toilet area is gone because they've created a new treetop walk. And so they've created that as a resting area to set off on the walk. And now there's nowhere to pee.
By the bush lah. The
Okay
whole
lah.
area is
Or
a
you just
toilet for the men, what?
Wait until the hantu appear and then the peeing will take care of itself lah.
Yeah, I see some people say Upper Thomson, some say Punggol Park. No. My last on the list is actually, I can't decide if I want it to be Fort Canning Park
Okay.
or Oh shit! I just slipped my mind. I said Fort Canning.
MacRitchie.
MacRitchie. MacRitchie. Either one. But I think
Okay.
MacRitchie will probably be scarier than Fort Canning because Fort Canning there's the music festival and everything all down
Yeah.
there, so
Yeah.
not so keras. But
And
MacRitchie,
also,
go at
also
night.
it's just a lot smaller. It barely counts as, it's not hiking lah. It's just cut through to get to Liang Court. Yeah, I think MacRitchie is more of a hikeable place, and it's frightening.
Yeah.
Yeah, Karina is saying, I'm surprised not MacRitchie. I think in the end it's MacRitchie lah.
Yes. Okay, honorable mention is the Xiao Kuiling lah. There's a lot of stories from there, but I've been there many times. And it's so near HDB blocks. It's just, then there's the sports hall, it's car park. It's really not scary anymore lah. And there's stories of like what Pontianaks and tiger spirits, but
Triple Pontianak, by the way. Excuse me.
yeah,
Triple Pontianak again.
it's
But
so
still,
gentrified
yeah.
already lah, so it doesn't feel scary anymore.
That's true. I think it's very rare that you can find a place in Singapore that is A, haunted, and B, feels haunted. Right? Because there were places which I think were once keras, but then as the HDB encroached, the kerasness disappears a bit. Maybe on a dark and stormy night, you go there and then the street lights go off. Maybe it will go back to its keras nature. But nowadays, very hard.
Okay, speaking of hiking, so let me thank somebody first. There's someone that dropped. Joey, just want to give us a emoticon, a shy emoticon.
Thank you.
Okay, speaking of going to haunted places, ladies and gentlemen, if you are going hiking and you're going out there, usually your grandma will tell you, hey, come back, be clean, cleanse yourself. Now, if you don't have a ready pail of water outside with your leaves, what I do actually is on walks with John, I would bring my own homemade cleansing thing. And I didn't want to tell this to you guys because I pretty much just made it for myself.
Right. This is your secret recipe.
This is shaved Palo Santo sticks soaked in oil, jojoba oil, to extract the Palo Santo. I leave it in the sunlight for 6 months.
Wow.
Every day it's just up there on my shelf with all my incense and everything, just to infuse the energy into this.
Okay.
And I extract it out and I put it into a little vial and I use it for myself. Now people are asking, hey Eugene, where do you sell the oil? Can I buy it from you? So I said, okay, I didn't think about that, but I would. And I'm I'm selling this first batch. This is 6 months old, one vial. It's going for, I'm just putting it at $10 because of all the hard work that goes into it. And because it's only one batch, I have limited stock, guys. It's not unlimited stock here. So this batch, I only have I'm guessing 10 vials
Wow.
I can go for. So it's
Please don't sell until you have not enough left for Changi. Yeah.
I have stocks on my own. Then
Okay, good.
this one, all you need to do is take it out. It's Palo Santo in essence, right? In liquid essence. So dap it. It's for your protection instead of burning, because you can't really walk around with your Palo Santo stick and burn as you walk, right? So this would be that protection if you need.
Nice.
Again, it's not religious aligned. This is just all nature. So if you're interested, my number is pinned up there, 94594931. I possibly have 10 vials to sell. And I'll make another batch lah. Then there'll be another 6 months.
Is there a limit per person? What if someone comes along and buys 10 vials?
Okay lah, don't be dick lah. Can we let other people have?
I think it will last a long time, right? Your one vial. You're not supposed to shower it. You're not supposed to shower in it. You're supposed to just dab it.
It's like there's a what do you call it? The
Stopper.
dripper, right?
Dripper.
Yeah,
okay.
you drip, then one dot lah. That's all. It's cow essence. You will. It's just one drop. So I think it lasts.
So it will last a long. It will last a long time.
1 month.
Okay.
Unless you every day go out hunting lah, then you every 30 days, then maybe not enough lah.
Yeah lah. Okay lah. It's not EDT. Okay, you don't have to wear it all the time.
Yeah. Palo Santo adu parfum.
Suku.
Yeah.
Oh, the hantu.
The hantu.
Oh, the hantu.
Okay, if you like it, let me know. Then I'll just maybe make a bigger batch and I'll probably want to let the sentient patrons have a go at this, see if they like it. Then I have problem making a huge barrel lah, guys. I just don't have I don't know how to put it in the sun. Yeah,
6 months. That's a long time.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah, 6 months.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Twice yearly. Okay, there'll be a batch. So look out for it. Actually, you probably have to book in advance.
Yeah. yeah.
Mm.
Okay, so that's it for that. Shall we go for the
Wow.
next confession, John?
Yeah.
This one is it's
Yes.
audio.
Yes.
Audio.
Someone else confessing. Yes. Come.
Okay, so you heard John and
Tell us
I
the-
narrate. Now is to let T will narrate this.
Mm.
Okay.
So my friend was selected to go Mount Kinabalu while I was selected to go Mount Ophir. So the whole trip was generally easy because it's a well walked path. So your climb up was actually okay, except that the night before it was raining so heavily that a tree actually fell and then covered that path. So we actually had to go past, make a detour lah. Then we can go back onto the path. So in that detour, we will actually go past. We had to pass this small waterfall, and then we had to walk across the waterfall on almost its edge. Yep. The waterfall isn't like those very big drop lah, but it's still a drop nevertheless. That I think if you were to drop, you might die. You might also get severely injured. Yeah. And the stones that we are walking on are not, well used because this is a detour. That means these stones are probably full of moss and slippery. So the instructor actually went first, and then he, stabled himself and then pulled all of us one by one. For me, when I crossed, I actually slipped and I actually almost fell down. But the instructor was so strong, he can actually hold on to me. With all our bags and everything, he can wow. I can't imagine if I really went down. Maybe today I was not sitting here talking to you already. That is important why I shared with you this part of the story. Later on, there's a connection to this. Yeah. So at night, we actually reached the base camp. Right? At the end of that day, then we set up tent and then we went to, relax really. Had our makan and then relax. So this is the trip where I got to know the friend with the third eye I was telling you, which he saw the half body in Orchard Road. So he was like quiet, when we were just sitting there. So the setting is like that. There's a river flowing down from the slopes, and there's this very huge boulder. Right? Then there's a very flat rock. Okay. And then the whole area around it is largely flat. So we set up our base camp. The base camp is there. So when we chill out, we actually sat on that big piece of flat rock, which is in front of the big boulder, and the river is coming down on our side. So when night came, it was actually a very beautiful scenery. You can see the sky full of stars, very natural, very unadulterated. It was actually really quite a nice feeling, except I didn't feel right. I felt something was wrong, a bit off. So as we were chatting, right, then one of these guy, which is the third eye guy, with the guy with the three eyes, right, suddenly he just approached me and he said, "Hey, bro, you can see things one, right?" Then I said, "No lah, I cannot see things." What thing you were talking about? I said, "It's ghost spirits." I said, "I can't, I can feel them." He said, "You're feeling it now, right?" I say, "Why you say that, leh?" "Yeah, because there's something big and black sitting on the boulder behind us, looking at us, and it has red eyes." Then I was like, no wonder I'm feeling the weirdness, the heaviness in the atmosphere. Yeah, the others were oblivious to it. They didn't know what was going on. So the two of us just sitting side by side at one corner feeling so distraught about the whole thing. But the guy had it worse because he can see it. Yeah, I couldn't. I only can feel it. Yeah, then after that we are like, okay I think we just go and sleep Better just go and sleep. Yeah, then we went to bed Yeah, that was my very first experience with a 水鬼. That will be a 水鬼.
水鬼, he says a 水鬼 leh.
I don't know if my grandma will agree. Actually, someone in the group has just mentioned a possible identification, which is BD, who said it's Jandaroyo, right? It's definitely not a shui kui lah. It's not even in the shui, what? It's on a rock.
There's a water.
You
He
know?
still got waterfall lah, so he feels it's a sui gui.
No lah. Okay. So I'm wondering what his notion of the shui kui is. I think there may be variations of it, but I'm not aware of shui kui that so readily leave the water. Right. I mean, the whole idea of it being sort of bound to the water, right, has a purpose lah. If you can come out and walk around, then it's not really a shui kui, right? It's just a kui who likes to swim. That's different.
Amphibious gui.
Amphibious kui. And yeah, I mean, the fact that it sort of sat on a rock and just waited suggests that it's not. But also that, I wonder. I do think that it could have been Genroyo or one of the other sort of Indonesian spirits, right? It seems to me like a forest spirit, something that's quite sort of comfortable and probably quite high status, right? Just sitting on a big rock, like acting like the boss, not skulking around, not like our anak hantu gala like that, hiding in the bushes, but this one just
Hantu gala pendek.
yeah, hantu gala pendek. This one is just loud and proud, right? Sitting on a rock. And the fact that, okay, so first of all, what would your grandma say to the person who totally acknowledged the large black shape with red eyes sitting on a rock?
That's why lah, sure kena maki already lah. Mulut sial.
But the spirit was cool because it was acknowledged and yet it didn't do anything.
All
right?
this Mount Ophir, Mount Kinabalu, they are there. They're more like guardians. Then like you walk your human
He's
path.
chilling. You want to chill here near me? Go ahead lah. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. As long as you don't damage anything, don't steal anything. So I think they were probably very safe. Right? I don't think I would have just said, "Oh, come, let's go to sleep then," and give it a chance to harass us.
John, when I was collecting confessions, the number of times when people tell me their ghost stories, and I go, "What did you do?" I turn around and sleep. Was the most common response I get. I said, "What happened after that?" Then I fell asleep, and it was next morning. I'm like, I mean, turning around and having your back to the ghost is one thing, and then you can still sleep on top of that. I don't know how you guys do it, man.
Well, I guess we have progressed and we've evolved beyond the primitive man who used to fight or flight. Now it's fight, flight, sleep. Ask questions, film.
Yeah.
We have so many reactions. Modern mankind has so many reactions to the supernatural.
So that kickstart the I think the next slew of confessions that we have that's coming from people is 11:10. I'm sure we're going to pass 11:30 because we still have Khan's and Mom's Mary's MacRitchie confession. That will be saving the best for last, right? Khan, I know if you're waiting with your mom, we're saving that for last because there's photographs, there's things.
Hang in there, auntie. We'll get to you.
Auntie, tonight sleep later a bit, okay? Okay, so you want to do this, John? Yeah, sorry, say.
Yeah, wait. But some people are speculating still.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Like for example, Mark Shippo is speculating the frog demon in Japanese folklore. The what's it called? The
Hantu kapo.
It's something like that, right? It's the kapo ha kapo ha. I don't know. There's a sportswear brand that's the same name.
Is it?
Yes.
Kappa.
Anyone,
Someone
quick,
said
help me.
kappa,
Yes, the kappa, the one with the sunken head that has water in it, and it's sort of a frog spirit, right? But I don't think it's black, right? With red eyes, it's very much a frog. So, or at least a froggy thing. So, but again, we don't know. Yes, kappa, correct. Kamida, thank you. So it could be. I mean, it could have been anything. Well, this was in Mount Ophir is in where in Indonesia? Which part of Indonesia? Don't know. Our geography all very bad.
Malaysia lah, Indonesia. Aduh.
Oh, okay. My geography even more bad.
It's Gunung Ledang. That's why like you tell me Indonesia, I doubted myself for a minute. Like, no.
I was just testing you. Yeah. So highly likely that it's a kappa if it's in Indonesia.
So, give you some information. Mount Ophir, Gunung Ledang is
come.
a 1,276 meter tall mountain situated on northwest Johor in Malaysia.
Ayo, yeah. So near
Ah.
us. Okay. Oops. Okay, then you can go and find out lah. Okay, you know exactly what this place looks like, right? It's a boulder and a flat rock next to a waterfall. You go and find it, right? That's your next outing.
You can
Okay.
climb up and down within a day.
Yeah. Okay. Won't take you long.
8:30 you climb, by 2 p.m. you descend.
Mm.
Yeah.
It's quicker than going to Papua New Guinea. So do this one first. Do this one first.
Ah.
Wow. Okay. So if you have experienced Mount Ophir before, let us know if anything happened to you there, right? Or if you have heard tales of these places. I mean, it's wonderful to hear sort of obscure spirits, right? That are specific to one place. Probably something that's well known to the people who live around there, but to us, it's like could be anything, right? So it means that there's a lot of investigating that can be done, right? If you talk to the villagers around there, they might go, "Oh, that one on that rock." You know, yeah, right. So I think everyone has their own sort of familiar spirits, right? And it'd be nice to sort of discover that, you know. So,
But
yeah.
for me, I'm gonna go with my understanding, because it's Malaysia, it's nature, large black red eye, genderuwo for me. Yeah. Or is it Mawas?
I would almost want to say Hantu Raja.
But Hatu Raja would not be in a forest area, mountain top.
Don't know. Maybe his master is swimming. Then I don't want to get wet. I'm just sit here, wait for my master to finish swimming. Hard to say, right? The shape is kind of generic, lah. Quite a few spirits share that shape. You know, I'm sure that if a Western audience heard this, they'll straight away say that it is the Yeti. Not the Yeti, because the Yeti is white. What's the other one? That's the dark haired version of the Yeti.
African American Yeti?
No.
Sasquatch.
Bigfoot, Sasquatch. Yeah, the Asian Bigfoot, right? Which we also talked about before, right? Yeah, so who knows, right? Yeah, so I mean, all these possibilities, right? Mawas, Jendroyo, Hanturaya, all of these could be it. We don't know anymore. We need to know more than the fact that it likes to sit on a rock, you know? But yes. Wow. Okay.
We got more and more confessions coming in.
All coming in.
Okay.
Okay. Come, let us get to our
first one.
Audience contribution.
This one is by you guys. Thank you all for sending it in. And we're going to read out as it is. We're not editing it, nothing. Okay?
Okay, you go first.
Confessions by Peter Lee.
Ooh,
We're going in chronological order. Whoever sent in gets.
First come, first serve. Okay.
Years ago, I'm trying to picture how Peter Lee was sound. Years ago, I went hiking and camping. I heard someone calling my name, but I couldn't see anyone. I heard it a number of times, clearly like my friend's voice. It sounded like it came towards the sacred mountain. I was camping, and during the middle of the night, I found myself sleepwalking towards the same mountain. But my friend woke me up and asking, "Hey, where are you going?" Anyway, the next day we were leaving by car. I saw a wild dog looking at me. I asked my friend, "Hey, stop. I want to take photo of it," because it did not look scared. As I walked closer, the animal ran back a few feet. "Stop, look at me." Hey, so I followed it. It kept doing the same thing. "Stop, look at me. Stop, look at me." So I followed it. It kept doing the same thing again and again. My friend called out to me, breaking my trance. And I realized the dog was leading me back to the mountain. My friend said he did not call me by my name, but it sounded just like him the other day.
Interesting. Okay. I move on to the next one, then we'll discuss together.
Okay.
This next one, Confession by Jose Bo. This story of mine was during army training in the jungle in a certain neighboring country. Certain taboos are present whenever we go to nature, like mountain climbing, etc. There should be no swearing of curse words, pointing out weird things along the path in the jungle, anyhow spitting, or peeing in the jungle. We were doing navigation in the jungle. I was a navigator. I'm confident in my navigation skills to bring us up the ridge of the knoll, but during this navigation, I started from the start line up the trail towards the ridge line. As we went up to the ridge line, I discovered that I could not find the spot. We backtracked a few times back to the last known location and resumed navigation, but still could not find the ridge line. After discussing with my group, another person took over the navigation part. We went back down to the last location and he navigated. We went back the same route that I led them, and then, lo and behold, we got to the top of the ridge line we are supposed to go. I'm definitely befuddled why I couldn't find the way previously when my colleague went the same route and he found the way. I did not ask him what he did, but as I mentioned about taboos, maybe I had inadvertently spit or peed somewhere that I should not have, and thus was unable to find the way up. I believe it could either be something in the jungle that covered my eyes to the path so that I couldn't find it. My colleague that brought us out was Malay, and I suspect that he knew why we could not get out, and thus took over to navigate us across that obstacle. So bottom line, respect the jungle. Don't do stuff that might be offensive or disrespectful. This incident, seram sia. After my colleague brought us through, I myself went through a breakdown of sorts, like self-doubt. Just what the heck happened, man? Nice.
Confession by E. 2014. Went on a Sunday hike with a friend along the southern ridges, essentially Mount Faber, Henderson Wave, Telok Blangah Hill Park, Southern Ridge Canopy Bridge, Hot Park, Kent Ridge Park. Mount Faber was quite an ascent and climb, which we were both very familiar with. We've been staying around this neighborhood for decades. I normally jog, run, whereas she would always insist on walking solo, as she has no stamina to jog or run. That's why that day we hiked. All was good until we reached Telok Blangah Green, near to the Canopy Bridge, below the terrace garden. We were chatting away and my friend started mentioning that she could sense her eggs dropping into her ovaries during ovulation. I'm like, whoa, Didn't really take her seriously, but that was her personal experience, so I respected that. Then, out of a sudden, she said she didn't feel good about this location and wanted to quickly move on. It was rather sudden. I had no idea what she meant as she wasn't too explicit about the statement. So we hiked onto the Canopy Bridge. Halfway through the Canopy walk, I started feeling a little hard to breathe, and I needed to take a deep breath. I also noticed my friend was way ahead of me. Out of pride, me being a regular jogger, I told myself that I was not going to lose out to my walker friend just because she has longer legs. But I just couldn't catch up with her, no matter how hard I tried to quicken my pace. It felt like I was dragging a 10 kg gunny sack and couldn't catch my breath. Prior to Alexandra Arch, we descended the bridge and made our way home along Alexandra Road towards Gilman Barracks and then turned left towards Telok Blangah Estate. I was still taking deep breaths and felt like I was dragging my heavy body along with me. Then out of nowhere, I felt a sudden weight lifted and could inhale without resistance. At this point, I turned my head to the left and saw a white building. I think it's Yo's building. There were people gathering for lunch as what it looked like. It was only years later that I googled this building location and realized it's a Buddhist fellowship center. The next day, I had high fever, swollen lymph node on my left forearm. The lymph node swelled to a marble size and a marble's hardness. The infection was resolved with antibiotics, but the doctor had no idea how this infection came about. Subsequently, this scarring of the infection caused blockage to the lymphatic vessels that caused me to get swollen left hand all the time. That was a medical scare. I went on to find a breast lump, which luckily turned out to be benign. October 2022, COVID time, I reached out to you via Facebook wanting to share my experience, but the very next day, I had a very swollen right leg. Went through investigation, ovarian cancer scare. Moving forward, February 2024, I kind of freaked out as the medical scares were uncannily similar. That's why I kept it till this day. But I revealed this incident to my friend only years later as I want to ask her what she had meant by not feeling good that fateful day. And so she said that the vibe was not good, which made her want to quickly leave the location. She didn't even want to go up to the steps to explore the terrace garden.
Wow. I think the message is stay away from all these hiking places. Because hearing this group of confessions in one chunk, it's like, wow.
Still got two more.
Wow, nowhere is safe. Yeah, nowhere is safe.
Short one.
Where? Nee.
Confession by...
No, we're not doing those. We're not doing
No,
those.
below. Confession by Pro Asia.
Oh, below. Okay, come. All right, Pro Asia. Oh, very short.
Okay, I do the pro Asia, we do the confession by
Okay,
Wendy.
can. All right.
Okay, so pro Asia can let them know that I heard a story about someone who I know went illegal fishing at lower piers and had their legs dragged into the water and he saw a pair of red eyes. It's an illegal fishing place, so don't want to give too much information. But he's so scared he never went back.
Okay. Wow. Okay, come. Confession by Wend. Story to share. This episode reminds me of a story where I was living in Taipei then, and this story was told by a colleague who went trekking with a group of friends in Yangmingshan. Poor fella was a little unfit and started losing sight of his friends. As he trudged along, he spotted a friend ahead. Happily, he quickened his steps to catch up. But this guy ahead was going fast, and for fear of being left behind again, he forced himself to keep going. He called out for the guy ahead to slow down. When he suddenly stopped, turned, and beckoned him to come forward, and quickly. So up he went to join the friend, when he heard the rest of the group calling out for him from behind. He turned to ask his friend ahead to wait for the others, but he was nowhere to be seen. When the other friends caught up with him, they were panicking and furious. They had seen him suddenly pick up speed, leaving them all behind and heading fast towards a precipice. Another step, and he would have fallen off the edge to his death. The Taiwanese always advise against trekking solo on Yangmingshan. Lots of spirits, they say, and never to wander off the beaten tracks. Wow, this last one, keras. Okay. Wow, quite a nice collection.
Ooh. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Yeah, wow. Okay, I mean, in many of the cases, it really is about having picked up something, right, when you're passing through the woods. Maybe you offended something, right? Like in the first case, you offended something and suddenly you couldn't navigate, right? And someone else who did not offend them could see their way through, Oh no, that's the second case. Sorry,
First case is the one that the thing calling him to the mountain.
Right. And I'm not sure whether the dog and the sleepwalking trance were necessarily the same thing, but he seemed to be trapped in this sort of obsession with the dog, right? So I guess it was also a form of being transfixed, right, or being obsessed or being tranced, and I would love to know more about this mountain, right? What mountain is this, Peter? If you're willing to share, so that we can find out about a little bit about the background of this mountain and why it's so powerful, why it called to you, Yeah, maybe you are a descendant of the guardian of the mountain, and wants you to come home. Hard to say. Yeah, and then, the Henderson one is very interesting. What do you think, Eugene, in terms of the subsequent scares, the medical scares, and that she had? Do you think that really is the whole point of it?
I think it may be two separate incidents, because if it's, I have heard of supernatural affliction where people fall ill and there's lump and cancerous cell, but that would mostly be a targeted thing. This is, the place doesn't feel good, you walk past, unlikely get to be a point where you are almost sick to that level. But I think at the end of the day, it's also, we were not there, and she said that she felt something keras, so maybe it could be something following her. Again, but not enough details.
I mean, there is. I mean, it's very tempting and also probably very logical to sort of make a connection between what the friend felt, right, and her unwillingness to go on, and then what she subsequently felt.
Yeah, and also she goes jogging on her own, so it could just be any place that she went, not just that location.
But I think that those two things, although they're in the same story, they weren't even at the same time. The friend felt bad, and then later on, she felt heavy, right? And these are two totally different things. But of course, subsequently, you would say yes, on the same hike, these two things happened, lah. But it could be that the friend is sensitive to things and sensed something. But on the other hand, what happened to her later is really something else and much more serious, right? And my first thought was actually something bit her, and it's an allergic reaction, and you don't think of panicking because you think, oh, Singapore's this is not Australia.
Mm.
You know, things that bite me are unlikely to kill me. You know, but then again, if you're allergic to whatever it is, you know, all sorts of things can happen, right? And then that leads to further complications. You know,
Yeah.
especially you know, lymphatic swelling and all that. You know, is possibly a reaction to toxins, right? So I don't know. I'm inclined to wonder whether, you know, it was just a coincidence of one slightly supernatural encounter and then one possibly largely medical encounter that got sort of woven together because, you know,
If-
both led to fear lah.
Yeah. If let's assume that if the medical side of things was a supernatural event, it's not during this walk. It's somewhere else. Something else happened. If
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Mhm.
yeah.
Mhm. Okay, I see what you mean. Possible, absolutely possible. Yeah. And what do you think of? Okay, so illegal fishing. Okay, that sounds a bit more like a shui kui, right? It's lower pierce leg pulling, right?
That is
I
a
didn't-
segue. Pulling the water
Yeah,
into the
but-
lake water.
It's the first time I'm hearing about shui kui with red eyes, though. So I don't know, right? But I'm also wondering whether I just realized, right? We always say that, you know, like 6 out of 7 out of 10 hantu are described with red eyes, you know, and I'm wondering whether it is a sort of red eye effect, you know, that because they're seen in the darkness, right?
You-
So their
night vision,
eyes-
is it?
yeah, I don't know. You know, it's like, yeah, why would they all have red eyes? You know, and how do red eyes work? You know, spiritually they don't seem to signify anything. You know, and biologically also they don't make a lot of sense. Right, there are very few creatures on Earth that have red eyes. You know, so I don't know. I'm wondering whether it is a trick of not a trick of the light, but a situation where at the time of sighting, right, or most of these places are dimly lit from one place only, you know, and whatever it is that causes red eye in cameras and photos, could it have caused the red eye in all of these situations as well?
Maybe there's an evolution of hantu. Now there's
Wow.
the Jendu Buro water version.
the dry version, the dry version. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, but Lower Pierce, I don't know if that's one of the places that popped up. But then Lower Pierce also is not a frequently visited
No, it's
place.
not. Just
Right,
you don't
yeah.
go to the water area. You just jog past.
But I do know where this illegal
Nah.
fishing area is.
Okay,
Okay.
reply from E who texted me and says,
yes.
haha, my dog thought of possible insect bite too, but no, there was no bite, no wound, no source of infection. In reply to what you said, John.
Okay.
Okay.
Interesting.
Then the last one.
Okay.
Oh, last one.
So last one reminds me very much of I think stories that have been in the papers, right? Very much so in Taiwan, right? Where there A, because Taiwan loves hiking and has a lot of mountains, but B, also that a lot of people hiking have had encounters with things calling their names, things misleading them. There was a famous film made about the little girl who follows you out of follows the hiking groups, right? She always joins the end of the group as you are leaving the hiking trail, right? And then she will be captured on the photos and all that, you know? And the person that she's following ends up disappearing, right? And the way that they disappear is she calls them back to the mountain. So one day they'll just go back to the mountain and then never be seen again, you know? So there's a pattern here, you know, where I don't know what stories this particular hill has. It'll be nice to go and dig. Let's go and find out, you know? But I think if you watch the film, right, it's very much, what's the film called? Girl in a Red Dress, I think is the name of the film, right? And in that film,
This one.
yes, ta-da, so spooky, right? Yeah. And in that film, there is a sense that there are sort of mountain gods, right, or old mountain spirits, you know, that play these tricks on people, you know. So, and I do think that a lot of these stories of hiking are to do with us either offending or trespassing into sort of nature's territory.
Yeah.
And this is nature's way of screwing with us, lah. Right? Very much so, you know. Wow, okay, interesting.
Now to our final confessions for tonight.
Jang, jang, jang.
11:30. We do this confession. I think we finish right before 12. Okay, ready? Yeah.
Okay, who's reading it?
You lah, you.
Oh, okay, me. Okay.
Should I show the map first or later?
Huh? Show during, no, cannot.
During.
During cannot. Okay, show after.
After. Okay.
Yeah, then when we know the details. Okay.
All right, hold on. Okay, John, are you
Here we
ready?
go. Yay,
So
Khan
this
and
is
Mom, get
by
ready.
Khan and Mom.
Hi.
MacRitchie hiking encounter.
Hi, Eugene. My name is Khan. I've been following Supernatural Confessions for a few months now, and I've watched a lot of the Friday Night Lives. My mom also enjoys watching you, Jonathan and Belinda, because of the lightheartedness and witty remarks. Anyway, when I saw the title of tonight's FNL episode, I immediately started typing this out. Not sure if it's that scary, but since got ghost story, might as well let you know. This happened in the early 2010s. I can't remember which year exactly, but that's a rough timeline because I was about 15 to 17 years old when this happened. I was out at MacRitchie Reservoir with my parents and my oldest sister. Long story short, we went for a hike along the MacRitchie Nature Trail, and we had intended to go to the treetop walk later that afternoon. We started after lunch at about 2 p.m. As we were hiking along the trail, my mom started feeling uneasy. It was as though there was something not just watching us, but following us. Throughout the hike, she kept her head and vision low or to the ground, using my sister's back or my back as a guide. Soon the trail got narrower, and we had no choice but to walk single file. I was leading in front, followed by my sister and my mom, and my father was at the back. My mom occasionally switched with my sister because of how my dad was frustrating her. Allow me to remind everyone, this was the time before we started relying on Google Maps to show us how far we had gone. So we only knew where we were at the signages showing where we are, or at the huts for resting. The time was now about 4 p.m., and I started to feel this dark vibe that my mom was feeling too. So naturally, our pace picked up because we knew we didn't have enough time to make it to the treetop walk. But whatever it was, we wanted to get the hell out of there while the sun was still up. This is the part I remember to this day. My mom has her hand on my back now. I'm still leading in front. I knew there was a hut coming up ahead, so I thought we could all take a rest because of how fast we were hiking. The trail was coming to a right bend, and at this bend was a hut. Still, that uneasy feeling was with us. I wanted to stop at the hut, but my mom told me sternly, do not stop at this hut. Continue walking no matter what. I could hear and sense the fear in her voice. We got closer to the hut. I looked forward to the hut, but as I tilted my vision up, I understood why my mom told me not to stop. My sister was asking why we were in such a hurry, but we both kept quiet. With the infinite wisdom of the universe, I kept my mouth shut and I marched on with haste, getting everyone out of the trail ASAP. Soon, we were out of the trail and heading left towards Upper Thompson. Once we were out of the trail and back to civilization, my sister was asking again, what happened and why were we walking so fast? We recollected what we'd experienced to my sister. As I mentioned earlier, we were getting closer to the hut. I looked at the hut and tilted my vision up before keeping my head low down and focusing on getting us out. What I saw was a black humanoid entity squatting on the roof of the hut. And the energy radiating from this entity was the same dark and uneasy feeling that was following us the whole time. And when I saw it, I knew it was watching us. My mom confirmed that she saw that black entity on the hut, which is why she told me not to stop there. Because it felt that we were its prey, had we stopped at the hut, something would definitely have happened to either one of us. And it wasn't cloudy that day, the sun was shining strongly. My family is used to the supernatural, but encountering that entity that was able to wield that kind of dark energy in broad daylight, we knew it was a really strong one. Till this day, both my mom and I never set foot on the MacRitchie Nature Trail again. We still go on hikes on the southern ridges from Kent Ridge to Vivo City, but the moment someone suggests MacRitchie Nature Trail, it's hell no from both of us. I like this. Damn shook. Khan and Mom, yay. Wow, shocks. Yeah. So many questions. Okay, show us the map.
Okay. So this is the running map.
Mm.
So the yellow part where she circled, that was when she started getting uneasy.
Okay.
Right? In her words, she said, this was where I heard a really high pitched sound before I saw the entity. Weirdly, it was only the mom who had heard the sound, and it seemed to be related to the entity. That's what she said.
Right. I mean, clearly more sensitive, right? Because she got the vibes long before everyone else did, right? Yeah.
So to give you an idea how the Terak hut looks like.
Terak hut. Wow. Oh, I'm definitely sure I've stopped there before. Yeah.
Just another picture from this side.
Mm.
Right? So you jog past. It doesn't look dirty, doesn't look run down. So no scary vibe. Right?
Not in the hut itself, lah.
Yeah.
No, it's entirely emanating from the entity, right?
But it's on top. That's what she said.
Yeah.
I think it's on top of it.
Ooh. So, are we assuming that it had followed them for a while, right?
Yeah.
Because mom sensed it, right? And then after that, somehow got ahead of them and then waited for them at the hut.
Correct.
It's like, I hate it when they do that. You know, it is really the sense of like playing with your prey, right?
The first confession about the shadow one, right?
Yeah.
They didn't hunt.
Correct. Got training, man.
This one was almost hunting and playing. Like,
Yeah.
you're in my area now. It's very predator. It's like a predator.
Yes, right, and overtaking them and then catching them off guard, right? And I mean, if you think about predatory behavior, then being high up means you're standing by to pounce, right? So wow, what could it be? Wow, not many details to speculate on, but certainly something old and powerful, right? But why is it so focused on them? Did they do anything? Mary, do you remember if you in any way offended them? Were you extra noisy? Were you, or were you just quietly hiking? In which case, then you are very innocent victims, law.
But her mom the mom started getting uneasy very early on already. It was as though she knew something, not just watching us, but following, right? So
Yeah.
from the get-go, she was really like hiding behind, holding the bag, and then to the point where the dad's getting irritated with her. So I don't think they were loud and noisy. I mean, looking at how the mom
They
was
didn't
reacting,
ask for it. Yeah. So could it be that then this is something which perhaps doesn't belong to MacRitchie, but had trailed them to MacRitchie?
No, I don't think so. I think places when it's like nature, especially when talking about topics of hiking, these are location-based entities. I would imagine, right, that there is the forest will have their own entity, their law. My understanding of the mangrove area in Pasir Ris, that's a dominant entity there. If you following this unknown victim to that place, in fact, ghost to ghost, you're not welcome to my turf.
That's true.
I can
That's
whack
true,
you,
yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
if she's walking into my area, it's my price. You wait outside.
That's true. That's true.
So I don't think it's any entity following them, then going into the sorted area untouched, unmolested by the entities there.
But then again, it's back to the question of why them,
Yeah lah.
right? Is there a sort of predator that is just grabbing victims? In which case then you can't be the first, and you certainly won't be the last, right? So there has to be a pattern of predatory behavior that we're looking for.
Maybe they were the
right?
only one there at that time. So you were the target.
Oh yeah, I'm
right?
sure. Yeah, but I mean as in before and after.
So before, probably the police there just waiting for the right guy, the one who scared run away, or the one who unsuspectingly stopped at the hut.
Yeah. No. So what I'm saying is we are looking for the other accounts. Because it cannot be that this thing has hunted once in 40 years, however long ago the story was, right?
Yeah.
So there have been other people who were either stalked or even attacked or whatever it was planning to do lah. Either that or there's something in the particular combination that your family were that sort of caught its eye, Like, oh, I only hunt when it's a pack of 4.
Mm.
You know, right? I don't know, right? This is interesting because we're looking at the possibility of a serial haunter,
So
right?
calling out to all the SC fans and community members, look at this
Mm.
map. Terak
Ah.
Hut, okay, near Windsor Nature Park in MacRitchie. If you have any
Mm.
encounters there, the same that Khan and Mary felt, please let us know, because John and I are speculating, and we truly believe
Mm.
this is a common occurrence here, or
Yeah.
more frequent than just one confession.
Correct. Yeah. You know, because they didn't seem to stumble into the haunting. It was waiting for them.
I think we should just go, lah, John, you and me.
Okay lah, can lah.
Huh? We go there, walk ourselves. We bring Mary with us.
Would you be willing, Mary, to guide us?
I walk in front, Mary in the middle, you behind.
Can right? Can we borrow your mom? Can okay? We can. You can join us. Then we can be 4. Again. So we repeat the pattern. Let us know. Okay. Wow.
Peter Lee say
Okay,
go
wow.
there tonight. Cannot.
Thanks.
Peter Lee, you know why? End parks after 7 p.m. cannot go into nature reserve.
Speaking of which, this is broad daylight. Okay.
Hmm.
So that is really a sort of either A, very strong, right, and bochap spirit, or B, very determined and very hungry. I don't know, whatever it is, right? Very determined. It's not even waiting for like nightfall. Okay, lah, maybe it realizes that nightfall nobody's gonna come because of MParks. Like, damn you, MParks.
Mary
Can't eat
replied.
at night.
Mary said,
What?
hell no.
Damn. Okay, will you go with us on a video call?
Yeah, not the same lah. She can put a hand on my back, you know. MacRitchie can man now after 7? I don't know lah.
I don't think so. I don't think that anyone will stop you, but I think it's probably quite unsafe. Yeah. And anyway, this is quite deep into the trail, right? You know, how far were you into the trail when this happened? Where's Tarak Hut in terms of the MacRitchie trail?
There?
I know lah, but as in terms of the whole trail. But okay, never mind. We will plan. Okay? And then we'll let you know. And then suddenly, next season, only Eugene alone.
What happened to John? I don't know. He went to the MacRitchie, then never come out.
Coming live from Tarak Hut.
Cannot what?
Wow. Okay. That was a very short confession to end with. Wow. It's quite chilling. It's quite chilling. These things. I mean, and the chat was actually reflecting on this earlier on in the evening. But everyone was saying like, where is safe in Singapore? And someone was saying like, nowhere is safe. And I think today's series of confessions really kind of gives the idea that
Nowhere
nowhere
safe.
to walk. Nowhere to walk that's safe. Anywhere with trees on both sides, just watch out. You know? But I guess this brings us a little bit closer to the feeling that I guess, you know, the fear and awe of nature that the older generation, not older generations, but previous generations would have had, right? Which is that there is so much unknown. You know, I think it's very easy as a modern Singaporean to feel like, oh, I know everything, you know, the little pockets of unknown, but everything else is generally exposed, right? But this kind of thing reminds you that no, it's the other way around. You know, it's just that in Singapore, we don't sense it so much, right? Because so little of this nature is left. But imagine going to a country, Indonesia, Malaysia, you know, where it's totally the other way around and you're just tiny little speck of light in the middle of a dark land. Wow.
Oh, can't say he don't mind going.
Ha ha ha.
She said no to video call also.
Okay lah, mom, you're very wise.
yeah,
You're very risky, but I appreciate
Because
that.
Kan never kena, mom kena. So mom knows.
Kan saw. Kan totally saw.
Is it?
Yeah.
Missed that part when
He
said.
saw. Mom confirmed.
Oh.
Yeah, mom saw it first. Then she didn't say anything, right? Then Kan saw, and then straight away like, you know. But both of you very well trained, very good that you did not scare your dad and your sister.
Habis.
Yeah, it's like, is that a monkey? I'm like, wow, okay, don't. Yeah. Oh, maybe that was the
It's long-tail macaque.
Huh?
It's a mutant long-tail macaque.
No lah, maybe it's our little anak hantu gala has grown up. No lah. Okay, this one the behavior is definitely far more confident and superior hunter. Okay,
I think I should ask David to draw the hantu gala pendek like baby Groot like that.
hantu gala pendek. on the railway bridge.
Yeah. One last confession that came in last minute.
Ooh.
This is from When in London.
Oh, okay.
And she says, last one from me, and properly from the other side, because she's the other side. She shares stories out of Asia.
Okay.
Ben McTwee, is it McTwee? I probably pronounced it wrongly. Ben McDwee,
Where?
a mountain in Scotland.
Okay, yeah, okay, with the Scottish name. Okay.
McTwee.
Huh? Ben McTwee.
Ben
yeah,
McTwee,
Ben McTwee.
a mountain in Scotland. I heard people being
Okay.
pushed by big grey men who reportedly haunts the slopes of Ben McTwee. During a recent trek in England, I encountered a trekker who told me he was trekking alone there when he heard a crunch, crunch, and another crunch as if someone was following him. And the steps sounded like they were 3 or 4 times the length of his own stride. As he walked on, he was seized by terror and took to his heels. He learned about the big grey man from his local trekking club a little later. Hey, come with John. Let's go trekking there.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is your first sighting of a Hokkien Scottish man from Ben McTwee. Okay. Wow. Okay, I do feel a tremendous awe for the really, really ancient sort of spirits of the UK and of Europe. You know, I think those are some freaking ancient
The
mountains.
Europeans want the
and-
elk, the treants, the big grey
yeah.
man.
And every time they're not very imaginative with names, right? So they're always like big grey man, the white man, the green man, but they are so chilling, the actual thing. You know, I'm still haunted by the idea of the green man, which is a very, very major sort of forest entity throughout the UK and even in Europe.
What's that?
you know?
I don't know about that one.
Yeah, it sounds so like, oh, the green man is like a gnome, you know, but no, it's like one of the major spirits, you know, and they name pubs after him and all that, right? So they celebrate the folklore, you know. It's like, imagine having a pub called, you know, Pontianak
Wow, that's
or something, you know.
nice.
Yeah.
She
you know?
sent us a photo also. She said,
Ooh, this is Ben McTwee.
yes, very big to
Ben McTwee. Yeah.
And
Wow, look at that.
image from a BBC article about this big grey man taken from the peak.
Yikes. Okay. Yikes. Okay, lah, but maybe part of the awe that I feel is also because those kinds of mountains, compared to our equatorial mountains, are more awe-inspiring. You know, you see a lot more stone. Over here, everything is jungle, lah. You know, so it's a different kind of feeling you get.
You know,
Yeah.
You know, John, I always said this, right? I always allude that the Angmo ghost is not as scary as the Western ghost. Am I right? You know, I always say like, oh, the apex predator, you know, the Asian ghost. I don't want to get caught with Asian ghosts. But the Asian ghost is a terror in urban setting and in at least the rural setting. But still, there's a human element.
Yeah.
But when we go to the forest, we always say as long as you are polite, you don't do a few things, you can escape the angry forest spirits. But in Europe, we don't know the law, we don't know the rules. I go there, I think it's scarier than getting lost in our own forest here.
That's true. That's true. I don't know whether it's because they're more ancient, you know, and therefore they don't care about your little courtesy and pay respect. What I don't care.
Excuse
You're in my
me,
territory.
I smack anyway.
That's
you
it.
die.
Yeah, correct. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, maybe over here we are all very courteous, lah. You know, ask permission, then okay, lah, can go lah. You know. But yeah, I think over there the rules are so ancient that who knows, right? You know. But I think yeah, I mean this is a whole other episode, you know, which is very exciting. But I think at least over here, you know, the possibility of sort of being in a situation like that and then getting out of it, because all of these confessions are people who have not only sort of survived, but pretty much survived unscathed, right? You know, yeah. So that, yes, everywhere is scary in Singapore, but nothing will hurt you too badly so far.
Yeah.
So far, right? Even the most scary sort of MacRitchie thing that's hunting you did not catch you when it could have. It totally could have. There's no reason why it was like, oh, you must enter the hut, then I can catch you. It could have caught you anywhere along the way. It didn't.
I think our Singapore ghosts is just like the Singaporeans. A lot of complaint, a lot of just action, but then no real scare lah. No action, no action done, no real haunting done. I stand there only, I only say I ghost, but that's it.
I watch you. I'm watching you like that.
That's it. That's it.
Like Safwan, my neighbor, like that. I'm watching you. It could be. I mean, as much as we say, oh, don't offend, right? But I mean, yeah, to what extent does it want to hurt us, right? What for? Just give us a warning enough already, if it's not gonna like eat us like the Wendigo or something like that, if it doesn't want to eat us, then what's it gonna do if it catches us? We'll be adding 4 more spirits to the forest. Very crowded already.
Now that you kill us, we are here. What is it you want? Oh,
bye-bye.
shit.
Yeah, so I think it may be a case that they really just want to establish territory, right, and establish dominance, and warn you, not to come. So it's effective that we are now spreading the same message. We are helping all these spirits to say, please be cautious, please avoid going to these places, especially at night.
Yeah.
Right, and in groups.
That's why NParks don't tell you only. They say cannot go in after 7 p.m. The official reason is, the forest needs to rest, lantui lah. They know it's ghost lah. The ghost needs to have their own time. Your human peace. 7 p.m. Okay, MacRitchie ready. Ghost want to come and play. Your Singaporeans don't go in.
But it didn't work because now the ghost is forced to switch to day shift. And 4 p.m. in the afternoon also must come out and scare people.
No choice. Not enough fear. All you don't believe in ghosts anymore. Not enough fear. Over time.
Yeah, so I don't know what the deal is gonna be. Okay, but please keep the stories coming. Right? Who knows? We can have another round 2. Right, of the hiking stories, right? I would love to hear more hiking stories from neighboring countries, so we can compare the local ones with the Malaysia, Indonesia, right? So all of you who are adventurers who've gone hiking, please, if you have any encounters, please let us know. I'm sure that a lot of the army topo kind of stories also can count lah, right? This is where we overlap a little bit into military, right? If you're talking about army, road march stories.
I'm keeping all the army story for SAF Day.
Oh, okay lah. Oh, I see. Okay.
I've accumulated a few already. I'm just waiting for SAF Day to come.
Okay, so then we choke for army, okay?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Okay. We were talking about Europe. London, Europe, and they have their law and their myth, right? America, they don't believe in ghosts as we do or the Europeans do. But theirs is mostly alien abduction. Their national park. Yeah. People missing. They always allude it to aliens.
I mean, if you say that we were walking along the path and suddenly this uneasy feeling, straight away they'll think that aliens, we will ultimately go something evil is following you. They'll go like, something extraterrestrial is watching us. Yeah. And all the disappearances would have been,
alien abduction.
Right? And strangely enough, they will all look tall, thin, and 2 meters high.
Maybe that's what it was standing at the real corridor. The grey is a grey.
Is a very, 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 very lost, very lost alien. Like, shit, how did I land here? I mean, I think because so much of America has lost touch with the old fear of the supernatural. And so those human tendencies have now been channeled into a modern fear of the hypernatural, right? Of the science fiction rather than the old horror fiction. They don't have the gothic. They've swapped it for something else. Yeah, and they transferred their fears there. But which is why I think the UFO thing has not really taken off in Asia, because all our fears are very fully invested in real things, real daily experiences. No need aliens to come. Aliens would be the least frightening thing. Wow, shock, very shock. Wow, okay, we went past
4 minutes to 12 o'clock. So
okay,
looking at number of confessions that you guys shared, I knew it was not possible 11:30. But that's cool, because we started our featured confession 9:30 to 10, so we are no longer bound by the 11:30 deadline. Last time we
that's
had to
true,
end on
very
time.
true.
It's nice I guess. The flow is very nice, and next week. I think we will be doing school ghost stories.
Yeah, because it's the holiday.
Correct. So please send in your school ghost stories to me, and I'll prepare it, because I'm going for vacation next week with the little one.
Oh,
So I have Monday to prepare everything and set it up, schedule everything. So I come back on Friday,
just in time.
just in time. So
Okay. So we mentioned last week that we want stories both from the students
And
as well
teachers.
as teachers or administrators or other staff as possible.
cleaner in
So you get a
school,
nice mix.
you canteen
Yeah.
operator in school also want to hear from you, okay?
And those of you who are teachers, time to call around, ring everyone on your staff room phone list and say, got story or not, got story or not. I need it for a project.
Miss P
Cool.
says, let's fucking go 1 a.m. support you.
No,
Allow
cannot.
$5 you want us to work to
Outstation.
1. You put 500
Outstation,
we work
you
to 1. $50 also can. We try $5. Adoy.
Cannot. See, like Mark Shippo says, because it's getting late and my mind is wandering off to the dark side.
Hey, Parisa, can you organize the walk for us with the tarap? This one, what's it called?
The Tarahat.
Tarap hut. We want to go.
Wow, shock. Okay, all right. I need to go back to sleep.
But thank you, Association, for the $5. I think I'm going to go down and buy Coke now. Very thirsty.
Hey, I'm gonna go and hunt for Safwan. Where are you hiding?
Okay. I've got a new outro today. I want you guys to
Ooh.
check it out.
Wow.
Our
Okay.
S-
Oh wait.
what?
Changi.
Okay.
Yes, do your Changi ad.
Yes, that's right. Okay. Before we say goodbye, Changi is still an ongoing thing. We have new dates coming out in July, but right now, up to end of June, we have this. Tomorrow is already sold out. Tomorrow is totally sold out. 22nd, we still got slots, but we're pushing to 29. 29, we have Twilight Tour from 4:30 to 7:30, and then followed by Walk with Hantu. So 29 June, gather your friends together, and we'll see you there. Groups of 4, 300, individual, slightly more. Huh?
Okay, I want to see your outro. What's so exciting?
Okay,
Wow.
check it out. Anyway,
Okay.
last words.
Okay.
We'll say goodnight.
Wow, last words. So many, man. Along the way, I had so many. Okay. I think when you go into the forest, be careful. The forest goes back with you.
Wow. Okay, for my last words, it'll be what he said. It was very good.
I like that.
Okay, good night, everybody. We'll see you next week.
care.
Monday, we have the other side. Tuesday, housekeeping. Wednesday and Thursday, we have new confessions, or rather old confessions revisited but reproduced just as standalone confessions. And Friday Night Live will be back. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
What did you find?
You are listening to Supernatural Confessions.